2, 1.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. It's Matt. It's Jason. We are here, Journey Through the Indies. Join us as we journey through the Indies, and we are smartening Matt up to the
Yep.
sort of the behind the curtain of professional wrestling.
Yep.
One of the things I did want to do, anybody that wants to learn the inner workings of pro wrestling. Of course, I'm not going to teach them everything. It's still a little teeny bit of kayfabe, just a little bit. But I also want them to know the history of wrestling, and it's refuted, it's disputed, it's everything. But I'm going to give you the history as I know it, and as I have heard it from those who have trained me, like Watt McDaniel and Sweet Hansen, all those guys, the old NWA territory guys. A lot of the stuff you watch any of those shows on TV where they talk to some of the old timers and they tell stories. A lot of those stories I've already heard from them 20 years ago, and I'm watching them on television now tell the stories, the same stories they've told me. So we'll go through the history, we'll smarten Matt up, and we'll talk about the Indies, which I'm not as familiar with as Matthew is there.
Well, I'm
Because
only familiar with our local indie right now, and which is the ALW, which is the one that runs in the Space Coast, the Atomic Legacy Wrestling League, run
did you see
by.
them recently?
Did I what?
You saw them recently, didn't you?
I did. They had a show on Friday to celebrate Alex Red's birthday. Alex Red is the owner. Happened to fall on a Friday, which we had a live show. It was surprisingly good. It was well, not surprisingly good. All of their shows are good, but this one was better than the one that they used ones that they had in the past. The only complaint I really have about it was their concessions were terrible. Old and
Really?
soggy, yeah, old and soggy food, but they had a lot of good talent there. Some I've never heard of before, but still managed to impress me quite a bit. And they had a lot of good matches. They did great. They had Brock Anderson, and Arn Anderson was there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
the old enforcer from the Four Horsemen back in the '90s.
I've been around it many times.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have funny stories, funny stories.
yeah. He was there. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but he was there.
You
And
missed out.
yeah, it's unfortunate. He was really busy. We didn't pay for the up and personal photo shoot with him.
Yeah,
But a lot
gotcha.
a lot of kids were there, and the kids were getting their pictures taken with him. I didn't want to interfere with that, and
Yeah, I
but
get it.
yeah, it's fine. I got to see the usual wrestlers that are always there. Ryzen was there. Jamie Stanley, the champion, was defending his title against Brock Anderson. Actually, that was the wasn't the main event, but it was a title match.
Right. Right.
And I took another video of it and mashed up everything together in little clips. And I uploaded it to our channel. If anybody wants to watch it, it is a highlight reel of the ALW Atomic Legacy Wrestling birthday bash from a fan's point of view in the crowd. it's not the
Whoa.
it's not the best you're gonna get. If you want to watch the whole thing, get it on Triller.tv or Triller TV. I don't know if there's a dot there actually, but Triller TV. They're a very inexpensive service that streams a lot of the live wrestling events, a whole bunch of indie events throughout the country, and it's available there. It's not expensive. It's like $10 a month, and you get to watch everything.
When I was very active on the indies, there was nothing like that. There
Yeah.
was no streaming. When I first got, there's no YouTube. We used to send VHS tapes to promoters
Yep.
saying, "Hey, book me. Watch this match, book me," and you'd write your address right on the VHS tape. For those of you out there that weren't born in the 1900s, uh, there was a sticker on the side, and right, Jason Russell. That blah, 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 blah. My address is blah blah blah. My phone number, and that's how we got bookings. If internet and YouTube and that channel you just spoke of, that stuff's all mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
Who did it? I mean, when I first got into wrestling, my very first year, it was still kind of like the remnants of the territory days, which we'll talk about, and I'll bring you up to speed on. It's just a different time in wrestling and life in general. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
much different than what you're watching now. Now, since we've talked in our last episode, with a little bit that I've gone over and started to teach you, did you notice anything from the inner workings that I may have taught you a little bit
Yeah,
about
I most certainly
at
did.
live?
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. I noticed that the hard cam was in front of the announcers.
And then it was called art.
Yep, the hard cam. Little camcorder that they got there. Interestingly enough, I'm very much into technology and new
Okay.
ideas and all that. But have you heard of these 360 cameras that they have?
Yes, I've heard. I have not played around with them much, but at the school I work at, some of the other teachers have been teaching the kids and playing with them, and I got involved a little bit, not much.
Yeah. I think I'm going to invest in a couple of those, and I don't know if they're going to let me use them at these events because I think they would produce some pretty fantastic video, but they are much less inexpensive than I thought they would be. I
Well, you know, I mean that's great, and I love that you want to help. Running independent shows, there's almost most of the time there's not much money in it, if any at all.
I wasn't going to do it for
Uh,
them.
yeah, do it for you.
I was going to do it for my own content.
Do it, yeah, do it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
they
a
might
matter
let
of
me
fact,
do it. I mean, I buy no less than 5 tickets to every single event for the past year and a half because I have to bring my entire family. That's I know
nice.
we're halfway decent supporters in their eyes. I'm pretty sure, just because
Chunk
we're
of their
like,
money.
yeah, we're like 2% of the entire ticket sales.
It's a big chunk of the market.
Yeah, it really is. And I bring a lot of friends sometimes. Like I have a friend who's actually a state rep, and I brought him down. Him and his wife brought him down for one show.
Nice.
Yeah, he liked it a lot. They've actually been getting other political figures involved, not like for political reasons, but just as guests there. Like if you remember the last real clip that we showed last week, Mayor Paul Alfrey from Melbourne was there,
Mayor.
and he did his little bit with the taxpayer dollars against El Ridiculoso. And
I thought
this week they had our sheriff, the Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey, as a guest commentator for the first match. He didn't stick
really.
around. Yeah, he didn't stick around at all. But he was
Is,
there for the first match.
is he anything like that Polk County sheriff you got down there?
Yeah,
That guy is phenomenal.
yeah. They don't mess around here in Brevard County. They'll
Oh, I was
yeah.
first introduced to that guy when my sister moved down to Florida back in it was like 2012, 2013. I'm somewhere around there. I just got I saw him on an interview somewhere. I really don't remember the year, maybe 2014, around there. But he was telling a story about how somebody was in the bushes, and they're like, "Why did you shoot the bush 7 times or 70 times?" He's like, "Because we ran out of bullets."
Yeah.
So this man is amazing. And now my brother-in-law owns a pizzeria down there, and they've actually done internet videos together.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I thought that was pretty.
they used to have this bit that they did on Facebook. I forget what it was called. They had some kind of catchy name for it, but they would have like somebody that they wanted to bring into the for booking, or somebody who had a warrant out, and they would spin a wheel. I don't even remember what it was called, but they tried to turn it into a game
No,
show,
I
and
love it.
but there was such a big outcry that they were making fun of people and innocent until proven guilty and all that stuff. So I think they stopped doing it, but I didn't. I'm too busy to pay attention to shit like that, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really know what he was doing. But no, they don't put up with nothing here in Brevard. But Brevard is it's not as you know lively as some of the other counties in Florida. We don't have that high of a population.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and also we're an engineering center, and we're a retirement center. So there's not a lot of action here. They call it Melboring.
Mel Boring.
Yeah,
It's funny.
Melboring.
So you saw the last local promotion that you go to a lot. You were
Hmm.
there this weekend. You
Yep.
got to see some of the stuff that we had talked about.
Hmm.
You got to see it live now from an insider point of view.
Hmm.
The one thing you'll probably never see, just know that whoever the guy is that's running it, it's a really hard job.
Oh yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
I've promoted many shows, successful shows, and they still weren't. It was never easy. It was never. Uh, I mean, every single time was stressful. Every single
Yeah.
time there was a worry about something. Nothing ever goes right. The
Yep.
one time things almost went right, I had the venue would get the payouts ready for the guys ahead of time, and for some reason the venue put a lot of the payouts short.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and the guys are all coming to me like, "Oh, it's short," and they knew it wasn't me. They knew it was the venue,
Hmm.
but I had to go to the venue and fight for them, and Other than that, the booking, the show itself, the crowd, the parking, the ticket, everything went smooth. I
Mm.
couldn't believe it. And the end of the night, something had to happen. So
Oh yeah, of
it,
course.
it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, and it's a lot of work. A lot of
Oh
work.
yeah, I can imagine. I mean, for sure. It's the card like literally changes like the night of the show. There hasn't been a single time where they put out the schedule of the evening that is actually lined up with what has happened in the show. It's not a big
Really.
deal. Yeah, I mean, I just have to go back and change the website a little bit, but no
The
big
best
deal.
part about a lot of times, like if you're in a match or if something's not announced, that's the best time there's something go wrong because the crowd doesn't know you messed it up.
Mm-hmm.
If we had four planned spots, we botched one of them, the crowd doesn't know.
Yeah, yeah,
They don't know when
exactly.
to start going to the third one. They have no idea. So you just keep going.
Mm-hmm. They
Just
they
keep
had
going.
an
The crowd doesn't.
they had an event last year in the Daytona Oceanside Arena, and the JCW was supposed to show up for that, and for whatever reason, they just didn't show up. So the fans were pissed, and I think
Oh, yeah.
it's because they put such heavy promotion towards that actually happening, and it didn't happen. And
Mhm.
like just think of anybody who has kids. Like you stop eventually promising things to your kids because not actually you're not even promising. You're just saying, hey, maybe if
Yeah.
things line up, this will happen on Friday or Saturday, and it doesn't, and then it turns into you promised us this and it didn't happen. That's just how fans are too. I mean, you're
That's a great perspective. Yeah.
yeah.
That's a
It's like
great perspective. Yeah.
yeah. It's like I'm afraid to tell. Like when my kids were younger, I was afraid to tell them that things might happen. You know.
Oh, yeah. Prepared for something. Yeah. We were just having a conversation about that in the parenting department. Uh, how do you let them enjoy you don't stress them out with the issues of life when they get older.
Mm-hmm.
You just let them enjoy their childhood, but then how do you prepare them at the same time?
Dude, the
We were
world
just having that
the
that,
the world is just
that
so
parenting conversation.
the world is just so ridiculously different than it was when we were kids.
Oh,
And
totally.
like our parents, what they told us, just it wasn't what happened. Like everything is completely different. They tell you just to get a job, all you got to do is show up with a resume and a handshake, and it's like, well,
Yep. And that job would keep you for 40 years until you retire.
yep. And then you'd have a pension, this thing called a pension.
Oh, yeah.
For
No
those of you
such
who
thing
don't
anymore.
know, and most of you probably
Those,
don't if you're younger, a pension is when you work someplace for 40 years, you retire, and they continue to pay you. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what used to happen. That's what happened to
yeah,
the
almost
boomers, our
everywhere.
parents.
Yeah. Yep. And but then they don't understand nowadays that what you and I are dealing with in our age group, and
Mm-hmm.
even worse, it's going to be when our kids are in
Yeah.
our position. If it's totally different from what our parents had, what's it going to be like for them?
Oh, it's going to be insane, dude. And the worst part about it is I have no idea what's going to be different. Because I don't
Different.
know if these
Yeah.
kinds of things are actually going to happen, but these trillionaires, these tech oligarchs that we have that are secretly running things behind the scene, they're saying things like, well, it's mostly Elon Musk saying these things, so take it with a grain of salt. That
Mhm.
money won't make sense in 10 years. There will be so much abundance that it won't matter. Don't save for retirement because retirement savings won't make sense. He's saying all these kinds of things, and I guess it's easy to say those things when money doesn't mean anything to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
but the whole thing about the way it works is like with automation coming and but they are finding out that AI is not as good as they thought it was. It's messing
Hmm.
up and the areas where it's awesome, but you can't just apply that to everything. And I'll give you an
No.
example. So AI makes my job easier. I'm involved in software development and IT in general, and it makes my job much easier because it's really good. It turns out computers are really good at doing computer things. Right? Makes sense, right?
Makes
So
sense to me.
and how that pertains to us is like, let's say I upload a video and it transcribes the entire thing, like in minutes. It'll transcribe all of the audio into text. I could take that text, I could put it into ChatGTP and say, tell me what the best clips are, and it will with the timestamps and everything. and then I'll go back into YouTube and I'll cut and I'll create the clips using their clip generator. It takes me minutes instead of hours like it used to 6, 7, 8 years ago, and it's a that part of AI is just amazing. It makes everything so much easier. Nobody's job was limited because nobody was actually transcribing videos, right?
Mhm.
So that was great, but in other areas where they apply or try to apply it, like doing inventory through cameras, it was a disaster. It just got things wrong. It couldn't tell what things were. It did math wrong sometimes. So like AI works great in some areas, but not so great in others. So
And
take
how is that? How is that ever going to affect? Could that affect wrestling in any way? Like look how it's changed from when I was a kid watching it, from the stories my dad told me about when he was watching it, to when it was when I got in it, and what I watched it turn into while I was in it, and just how it's changed in the last 3 or 4 years since I've been out of it. Look how much it's changed. From send VHS tapes and now you just send
mhm.
a YouTube, you know, highlight reel.
Right.
Uh, what's next? Like something's got to evolve next. What is that going to be? Is it going to involve AI?
Well, I think there's definitely going to be a part of that. Like AI is going to be absolutely fantastic in the video editing department. So,
Mhm.
we're talking about the 360 cameras. I think AI will help a lot in editing and reframing, because if you set up one camera like 12 feet above the ring, you would have a bird's eye view of everything, and you could set up any shot you want virtually. And I think AI is going to help a lot with that. So I think we're going to see better video, higher quality video from smaller independent leagues if they choose to use it. So one thing I've noticed is that a lot of these promoters who are doing these independent leagues, they're not plugged into the main pipeline of technology. They don't know what's going on. They don't know how to use it. They do the best they can, to their credit. But
I've seen plenty that aren't real businessmen.
that
I've
too.
seen some that were businessmen and had that foresight and the idea and kept moving and looked at it like a business. And
Hmm.
then, I mean, a lot of times I've seen promoters that are just overexcited fans that put all
Hmm.
their money into a product that doesn't make them any money, but it's like they have their own toys to play with.
Hmm.
And I've seen other wrestlers who couldn't make it start their own promotion just to put themselves over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everywhere in between. I've seen all of it. So I
Yep.
think there's less of the businessmen out there. But like I said, I've been out of it for so long now. Just in the 3 or 4 years I've been out of it, it's changed a
Yeah,
ton.
it has. But in
And
terms of when you were in it, what would you say was the best put together independent league that you've seen?
there was two for different reasons. You had live production look, lights. Did it look like an independent wrestling show, or was it an independent league that just looked like a more professional league? I've seen that. There was a guy in England, Brian, for some reason, his last name's escaped me. That's been happening a lot. Those chairs are not fake that they hit us with. Um, but yeah, no, he had a promotion. My God, we would do some of those holiday camps or arena shows in England, and we'd have 10 to 15,000 people. And it's an independent type show. But he had a proper entrance. He rented the best theaters, the best looking venues.
What
Um,
were his ticket prices like?
there was no video production in that. That was just live events. Here in Buffalo, we have a really top notch
Mm.
um, independent. I haven't seen them in a few years. Like I said, I've been out of the loop. It was Empire State Wrestling. They had good production. They had somebody good running the production, showing the videos, and they really put good effort into marketing, advertising, stuff like that. But yeah, no, there's been times where I saw promotions that literally ran on nothing budget
Hmm.
look better than promotions that ran with money,
Yeah.
just because of how well they used their resources and where they applied them.
Oh yeah, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
one in Toledo, Ohio. A good friend of mine had started to run. Amazing crowd, loyal crowd every time, professional looking theater. Did not have a lot of money sunk into this promotion, but He had the theater, they had the lights, they had the look, they had the marquee.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to make probably the most professional live presentation on nothing,
Yeah.
almost nothing. And amazing talent because in that Ohio area, you have guys from New York, Ohio, Michigan, and
Mm-hmm.
Indiana you could draw from. So where he was located, I mean, there were guys, you name some of the top indie guys, they were there. We were all there just having fun, doing it. Great, great
Mm-hmm.
booking, great show. No television, no internet streaming, uh, no recording of videos to sell for later,
Mm-hmm.
nothing. Just 5 awesome little events that looked more professional than some of the more professional promotions.
What about what year was this?
Year was this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 2017, 2018, 2019, right before COVID.
So there probably is some footage out there on the internet, but it would all be fan
Oh,
recorded.
there's footage. There's a hard cam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he didn't put his monies and his efforts into that as much as the live presentation. But he was able to work with one thing, and he made that one thing look totally professional.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that was the Empire State Wrestling.
No, that was live pro wrestling. He
Mm.
called it. It's Tim Horner Jr.
Is it still around?
I'm so out of the loop. I haven't even talked to my good friend Tim
Mm.
in a long time. I think it is. Um, I know that they had a good deal with the theater, and I'm not really sure. Like I said, I've been out of the loop completely, which I need to get back in the loop at least, not to Russell,
Right.
but just to see these people again, talk to them.
Yeah.
Um, you do miss out on these people you're with every day for 8, 9, 10 years. All of a sudden, you're out of wrestling, and you don't really speak to them as much as you would like to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yep.
like I said, I'm gonna be laid up after the surgery for a couple weeks, so I'm gonna start reaching out to some of those guys, seeing how they're doing. And yeah, we'll see if he's still running or if he intends on running again. If he's
Yeah.
going to step up his game and mix in like a video production portion to his awesome live production.
We should get him on the show.
Oh, he's such a great dude. Hey, you want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm a bigger gentleman, right? And I played a cowboy, and we went to this one event. I think it was somewhere in Michigan border, and the promoter was the son of the original Sheik. It was Ed Farhead Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And he, uh, had television on ABC at the time and different syndicates all over the country, and he kept breaking in new territories, new areas. So we got to this area for the first time, and I was supposed to wrestle Tim Horner Jr. And he's like, "All right, guys, it's the first time crowd. We've never been here before. Our ratings are high in this town on TV, and it's packed out there. I want baby faces over all night long. I want these people to go home happier than they've ever been." We're like, all right, cool. So I was looking at Tim Horner. I'm like, all right, what are we going to do for a finish now? That way. So we came up with the idea, the roll where he jumps up, springboards up, lands on my shoulders, rolls me over, hooks my legs, 1, 2, 3, and I jump up. Like, oh, what did you do? How'd you get it? I'm still strong, but he caught me because he's quicker and smarter, apparently. So I asked him, I said, can you throw a good drop kick? He's like, oh, yeah, I throw a pretty decent drop kick. I'm like, how many can you throw? He's like, what do you mean? I said, I'm going to bump and feed nonstop until I can't anymore. And then we're going to take it home and go to the finish. So he laughs. He's like, all right, let's do it. Let's keep count. Let's see if we can get the crowd to count. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, we get to the spot. I say, all right, let's take it home. Next thing you know, we go into the spot, duck the clothesline, drop kick 1, drop kick 2. And I keep bumping. Bumping is when you bump, you land on your back flat, you get up to the right, you feed. I'd feed my face with a drop kick down. Boom. 1, 2, 3. By 4, the crowd's counting. A lot of them. So we're laughing to ourselves. Like it worked. Exactly what we want to do just worked. So now my stamina is what is depending on how well this is going to go. So I think we're like 5, 6, 7, 8. The ninth one, I swear I could not breathe. I may have encountered a possible near-death experience. I was so winded. We call that blown up. I was so blown up I just had to call the spot to go into the roll so I can get out of there before I pass away right there in the ring.
Right.
But we got up to like 9, and I wanted 10 so bad. So I think we got to 9. And like I said, Tim might tell the story uh, uh, better. He might remember it more. But after however many, I believe it was 9, he might have a different number. But in my mind, I remember 9 because I wanted 10, and I don't remember getting it. So we go to the finish. I shoot him in. He up over, lands on my shoulder. He's sitting up there, rolls me up 1, 2, 3. As he's rolling me up, I look in the back corner of the arena, and I see an open door leading to outside. The 1, 2, 3. I'm supposed to get up and back. How dare you? What do you mean you pinned me? That was only 2. Whatever. Instead, I ran out that back door so fast because all I could think of was that fresh air. I was so winded, so blown up. Instead of playing the crowd, taking the loss, going back to the locker room, none of that. The second that 3 count hit, I ran my fat ass out that back door so fast. It was like a David Copperfield magic trick. I just disappeared. And I get out there, and as I get out, I'm breathing. I can't breathe. Guess who's standing there, smoking a cigarette?
Is it a name I would know?
Yes.
Is it the Iron Sheik?
No, it was Sabu.
Oh, that was going to be my next guess.
Yeah. So I busted the door and I'm like, whoa, and there's Sabu. He has a cigarette. He just starts laughing at me hysterically. And he's like, what, did you blow up? And I'm like, not in the traditional sense. I bumped and fed 10 drop kicks, for example. He's like, oh, you kept feeding me? Is that what they were counting? He thought they were counting the punches.
Right.
You know, when the baby face gets the bad guy in the corner, 1, 2, 3, and you get him going. Come on, you want 10? 10. He thought they were counting that. I was like, no, I was bumping and feeding drop kicks. My fan ass. And he laughed so hard. And those are the best times was when you can get Sabu to laugh.
Yeah, Sabu.
Man,
I used to love watching Sabu wrestle. He was one of my
I know.
favorites.
Me too. Like the first time I got to wrestle him, I was kind of marking out myself.
Yeah, I bet. I would have
I stood up
too.
the arena. I looked at the card because the card was on a piece of paper on the wall. And I look and I read Sabu, main event Sabu, and right across my name. I'm like, oh shit. So we had a good little match, and we've had other ones, but just making that guy laugh was phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the best part.
Yeah, I can't say enough about good things about Sabu in terms of the performance he put on in the ring. It was absolutely amazing.
Oh, he was great. I have personal stories I could tell you. Just what a great guy he was.
Oh yeah, I watched a little bit of a documentary about him, and I guess what inspired him to start wrestling professionally was he survived getting shot in the face. Like, do you ever hear that story?
Really?
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
I've seen this documentary. I think it was on YouTube. I don't remember what it was called, but I'm sure a Google search will pull it up. Where he describes being at a party, and somebody was there who caused some trouble and got into a fight, and he was point blank range right in the face, and
Whoa.
it bounced off of some of the bones inside of his face. It wasn't enough to cause any damage. He said he actually spit out the bullet because of the way it like bounced around, but it did cause a little bit of nerve damage in his face, a little bit of paralysis
It
in
does
one side
sound
of the face.
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many nights on the road. I may have overheard stories sometime, but there's something does sound familiar about that.
Yeah, and then after that, he went to his uncle, the Iron Sheik, and said, "I want to start wrestling. Train me
Oh,
for it." And
his uncle was the original Sheik, not
yep.
the Iron Sheik.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
his uncle
sorry.
was.
I've always thought he was the Iron Sheik, the original
No,
Sheik.
no, no. The Iron Sheik was Khosrow Vaziri. He came over from
Oh,
Iran, became the Iron Sheik. Well, he was Khosrow Vaziri at first. He was a baby face. He had hair, amazing amateur wrestler. I got tons of funny Iron Sheik stories about me and the Iron Sheik on a plane, and there's tons of great Iron Sheik stories for other episodes. But the Iron Sheik, the original Sheik was Ed Farhat. Over in Japan, they believe that Ed Farhat, the original Sheik, the Sheik himself, they thought that he was actually the devil who came to Earth just to wrestle in Japan.
oh
They thought
yeah.
the devil he'd come to wrestle in Japan.
Oh wow.
But the crowd truly believed it. I was at it was after he had passed away. I was at his house, because I got close with his sons. They were the promoters at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and his wife. And we would watch videos that nobody else ever saw. And I mean, I've seen things from him and Sabu in Japan. And one time in Japan, he had like fire in his hand, and he looked at the crowd and he took one step towards him, and the whole section of the arena ran. Hysterical the way he had the control over him. And then I'd hear cool stories like, did you know in Dallas, you know that in the United States we had segregation,
Mm-hmm.
which not great, but in the Dallas Sportatorium they used to have a caged area for the black fans. They had to sit in their own separate area. They couldn't sit with everybody else. The Sheik, playing the crazy character he did, guess what he did? Ran up there and started ripping the fence down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I got to see footage of that stuff that, the Farhat family showed me. Times when I'd go up there for a long TV taping weekend, I'd sometimes stay at their house. And I got to see cool stuff like that and hear great stories right from the Sheik's wife. His granddaughter said he would mow the lawn with his wrestling boots on with the curls and the thing out. And he'd mow the lawn to keep kayfabe. He would like mow the lawn outside in his wrestling gear. And then she was in college and she had friends over, and he'd come out in his wrestling gear and start, la, 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 la. And she'd be like, oh, shut up, Grandpa, we're Catholic. So, like, I mean, that's just some of the things that you get to encounter when I don't know where the point of this was going.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's all good stuff anyway. But if anybody has any questions and can wrangle me back in from what I've been rambling on.
Oh, that reminds me. So there is a thing that I built into the software over the past week, and this only works on Rumble right now, not YouTube. And we are broadcasting live on Rumble. If you go to the chat and you type in a chat message, it will appear on screen, and I'll show you what that'll look like. So if I do a test message here, it'll look like this. It'll float around. We're in a 3D studio, so sometimes it'll be behind things, but. Okay. If you go to Rumble chat while we're live and chat and type something in, it will flash on the screen and we will see it. Now, for those of you who think you're going to do something funny, don't try it because I already put filters in.
Nice. Yeah. We just want to have fun, talk about wrestling, interact, answer questions.
Exactly.
We don't want to deal with
We
don't want to deal with childish BS.
Right, exactly. I mean, we are a new show. We don't have quite a large live audience yet, but I'm sure we will do. If the more good content we put out, we will build up an audience and come and interact with us. We'd love to have fan interaction. So like and subscribe on YouTube and Rumble. We are Journey Through the Indies. Participate live through the chat. Your chat messages will appear on screen. It is a new idea. I don't know how long I'm going to keep that in there. I mean, maybe once we get popular enough, it'll yeah, right. Maybe once we become popular enough, I'll limit it to super chats.
Yeah, like special guests.
But for now, it's wide open.
Special fans. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all that you were able to create that. Of course not.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's software development is my specialty. It's the only thing I've known my entire adult life. Once I got out of sports entertainment.
Right.
So yeah, it's I've been behind a desk for 2026? Shit, 27 years. God damn.
Wow.
25, 20, yeah, quarter of a century. My hair is turning gray.
That's close to when I know you. When did I see you? When did we spend a lot of time together? Was that
1999 to 2001?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good old times.
Yeah, they were great times. Back when cameras weren't everywhere and and you could actually unplug from the grid for a while. Do you remember being able to do that?
I do. I remember when people couldn't get a hold of me.
Yep.
Yep. I remember that. And then always got me in trouble sometimes too. But
yep. Yeah, we blow the minds of our younger coworkers, our Gen Z coworkers.
Oh yeah. We play around with ours too.
Yeah, it's like they don't understand old television because a lot of them haven't been exposed to network television like cable, where like they don't get the concept of you had to watch if you wanted to watch something on TV, it had to be at a certain time, you couldn't miss it, and there were commercials. Well, they know what
Nice.
commercials are now, and but unless you have YouTube Premium, but
Oh, heck no,
uh,
my
but
time with
yeah, like you would have to tape something if you wanted to watch it later, and I guess that
oh,
evolved
yeah.
into DVR, and now it's just streaming. So
Do you remember when the VCRs came out that allowed you to set a timer?
oh man,
That was awesome. That
unfortunately
was so.
nobody could figure it out because everybody had a
No,
flashing
I never
12.
did. To this day, see all the retro stuff I got, all the
Yep.
old toys.
Yep.
I have an old VCR right over there. I cannot operate the damn thing still
Yep.
to this day.
Do
So
you,
I get it.
do you have the original remote?
Yes. Yes.
You got the potential to
Yes.
program it, but
Oh, it's there. It's just I don't want to take the time.
exactly.
Learn something new.
No,
'Cause every
nobody,
time I learn something,
nobody
something old
did.
goes.
No, nobody did. And we used to loan our VHS cassette recordings to our friends. How many
Oh,
times
yeah.
have you loaned something that you taped to somebody else that somebody in their household inadvertently taped over?
I've had that happen in my own household
Yep.
with very important things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've done it to people. I
Yep.
must admit, I have done it myself. No, I don't know about lending it out. I did lend some VHS tapes of a certain nature that I found in the back of my dad's closet.
Oh,
So,
yeah. That's another thing the kids don't know
yeah,
about.
no, with the big 99-cent clearance sticker. Remember that?
No,
When you were
but
parents, because they always had that 99-cent clearance bin sticker on it. But yeah, no, I've had friends' parents find it and take it away. So when I was out,
yep,
and I stay. Yeah,
yep. That was always a big risk. Somebody
like
else's parents taking it.
you couldn't just go on your phone and get it. You had to hope that your dad had it stored somewhere or somebody. You had to hope that somebody
Yep.
had a stash and found it.
Yeah.
Then you could acquire it through thievery. That was
Ye-
the only way.
Yep. I think back in the late '90s, occasionally you would find these collections that like fathers and grandfathers had of just like really old, like from like Playboy magazines from like the '70s.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
like you always had that one friend who had the stash of his father in like a Foot Locker in the basement.
Oh yeah.
Like that one friend. But yeah, it's not like that anymore.
No. Now it's just hidden phones behind passcodes. You can't steal anything, but you can
Yep.
get it yourself. These kids have access to things we never even thought we would,
Oh yeah, yeah, and
for sure.
it looks like the dating landscape. It looks like a hellscape. Like just the whole.
I couldn't even fathom
I
what
yeah,
dating would.
yeah, me neither. It's like I met my wife before before online dating was like the norm. We met the old
Mhm.
fashioned way in college. I couldn't even imagine what my kids are about to go into with the dating market.
Oh,
It looks awful.
I don't even know if it's so much the dating market. It's just what these kids know versus what we knew back then.
Mm.
There's certain things that they have access to in their hand
Yep.
that we never would have even seen.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, these kids they could be 17, 18, 19 years old, knowing about things we never even learned about until much, much later in life.
But a lot of the things that we thought we knew weren't true. Like, do you know how
Most of them
like
weren't.
a
They'd
lot
make
of
them up.
the things that
We
we
had
used
to
to
confirm it.
like the rumors that we would all tell each other and before the internet was like
Remember
widely.
how cool it was? Remember when Mikey died from the cereal commercial?
Yeah.
And you did the whole world knew.
Yeah.
That was like
And that never happened.
the original meme.
Do you remember towards the end of the Satanic Panic when Marilyn Manson started becoming
Kenmore?
popular? Huh?
In Kenmore, we had our own thing. There was a body found in a place where they believe Satanists worshipped, an
Oh
abandoned
no
mill.
shit.
You remember that?
No, I don't
You
remember
remember that?
hearing about that at all. What happened?
Oh my God! Yeah, if you went to Kenmore, you'd end up or something.
So
It was just
for those of you who don't know, Kenmore is a northern suburb of Buffalo.
yes, very nice one, very nice.
Mhm.
But the cat just came in to join. Come here, you, Sylvester.
Aw, look at that. A good
Let me
kitty.
just tell you about Sylvester's missing a leg.
Oh,
That's how I got.
no.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow.
That's my dude. That's my homie. It's
Yeah,
my
he looks
homie.
like a he's pretty big though.
He's a big dude. I
Yeah.
gotta get the weight down because he's only got 3 legs. But he just steals all the other pets' food when they're not looking. He has like a deal arranged with them, and he gets it.
Wow.
So that's a funny story. We'll tell that story another time about how I got Sylvester. So if
Yeah.
you could call that back on another episode, that's a really funny story.
Oh, for sure.
But
So,
yeah,
what's the
go ahead.
story with
So
the dead body?
Kenmore suburb. Yep, there was an abandoned mill there, and kids would hang out there illegally.
Hmm.
The abandoned mill, or grain elevators, whatever it was. Well, rumors got around that they were doing satanic ceremonies there, and that the devil was actually there. I mean, as kids, we heard idiots worshiping Satan, and we heard Satan there himself. That's how it was when we were kids, imaginations, and that just blew up all over.
Mm.
And apparently, a body was found, and of course, it couldn't be just a foul play or a kid partied too hard and maybe overdose on something. It couldn't have been any of that. It had to have been Satan
Of course.
who was there. So yeah, no, there was a big satanic panic for that.
Yeah.
But what was the satanic panic you were talking about
Well,
with Marilyn Manson?
the Satanic Panic was a period of time in American history. Was mostly mostly from Protestant households where they would talk about how music was like the gateway to the devil, and if you played songs
Oh yeah,
backwards,
yeah.
that whole thing. And the
It's
Satanic
just
Panic,
like I ended up.
like Dungeons and Dragons was part of it. They didn't like that at all, and
No, yeah,
yeah, like Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin, and ACDC were often frequently mentioned. But it went from maybe about 1985 to maybe about 1995, the entire Satanic Panic. And towards the end, Marilyn Manson started gaining a lot of popularity. And there were just so many rumors flying about him. Like he had ribs removed so he could perform things on
on himself.
himself. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, there were other ones too. I don't remember what they were, but they were equally as outrageous, and none of them were true. Not a single one of them were true.
No, but that was before the internet. Word
Yep.
of mouth, and you know how well word of mouth travels.
Mm-hmm.
Travels horribly.
It does.
But that's how things got, and they got it so blown up and outrageous, and we had no way to disprove or prove it.
Mm-hmm.
So we went with the story, and it kept going.
Yep. Yeah,
And that's a cool.
absolutely. But now we have the internet, and we have things like Reddit and YouTube, and
Yeah, we could find something right away. We could confirm or deny something.
well, actually, you can't even do that anymore because of AI. AI and
Oh yeah,
CGI. It's like now you're not even sure if a video is real if you see a video out there.
there's been a couple that surprised. I mean, you could always kind of tell at some point, but
Hmm.
there's some that I had to watch once or twice and go, "Wait a minute."
Yeah,
There's some of them are better than others.
it's getting harder and harder to tell. Like the
Trouble showing.
some of the ways you could tell is if the voice is flat, if the voice sounds robotic, if the mouth
Yeah,
movements are way too deliberate. Like
yeah.
that's a big giveaway. If things kind of like melt into each other, like you watch the background of AI of videos, if you see things melting into other things or disappearing, that's a good
Oh yeah,
indicator. But
yeah.
they are getting better and better.
Oh yeah.
But as it turns out, they're not as profitable as they thought they would be. So a lot of these video generation services are going away.
Good.
Yeah, I say good too.
I'm annoyed, like, when people make flyers for their business or even for a wrestling event or any event, and they use AI, and it's so obvious, it just
Hmm.
looks stupid.
It does.
Just get Canva and put some text font
Yep.
and some colors, background, a little design. It just looks so much better than that AI.
AI
You can just
slop.
tell. Oh yeah, it just looks silly to me.
Yeah, we call
That's
it
just my
AI
opinion.
slop. Yeah, it all looks the same. All the AI drawings. So
Exactly. Yeah, they're horrible.
yeah, so they're hitting a plateau too because the way AI works is you build up what's called a data model and you keep feeding it example information. So the way you would build like an art rendering AI data model is you would just keep feeding it art. You would just keep feeding it so much art until it kind of like figures out how to draw what you're giving it. And all it really does is just copy from a whole bunch of things that it's seen. Like if you tell it to draw a dragon, it'll put together like a dragon that it from like 1,000 different examples, maybe even more, into something that looks like a dragon. And a lot of people say that it's plagiarism, and I guess to their point, it kind of is.
That
But
makes sense.
what happened though is that the art that became prevalent was AI generated art. So now there's no more new art for AI to learn from. So that's why it all looks the same, if that makes sense.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, no, it does make sense.
Mm-hmm. So it kind of like hit a plateau.
Let's see how that's going to affect professional wrestling in the future.
Well,
I'm sure it's going to, and I'm sure promotions are going to keep trying to make AI posters.
Well,
and they're going to.
The way I would do it, if I was going to do it, is I would only use AI as a. Well, here's an analogy I like to give people how I use AI in my day-to-day job. Instead of using like a needle and thread, it's like using a sewing machine. I could pump out, massive amounts of volumes of work. But where I wouldn't use it is I wouldn't use it to generate art. I wouldn't use it to generate movies. I have been guilty of using it to generate music, unfortunately, because it's just quick and easy, and it actually doesn't sound bad. But that's pretty much where I draw the line. And if I were to have a promotion of my own, I would only use it as a tool to make other things better, like for reframing shots or for fixing audio, things like that.
And I would never do a single advertisement or anything digital.
God, no. Anything. No way.
AI slop, as you called it, never.
Yeah, it's never. Slop. It's slop.
And I'm very particular about how the advertising looks and the marketing and the production. Mm-hmm. I would want none of it AI, except for, like you're so technologically advanced. I would trust you with certain things of what could be used to help and what couldn't.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure. It's like for a while, people were using this thing called OpenClaw. We're going to get pretty geeky here, but we'll change topics after this. So OpenClaw is something that gained like a massive amount of popularity in the last couple of months with people who are AI enthusiasts. And what it is you run this program on your computer, and it connects to whatever major AI service you use. If you use Claude or OpenAI Codex or Google Gemini, you got little Batman there. Awesome.
Listening to your Iron Claw story.
Yeah, but the difference about it is that OpenClaw has permission to do things on your computer. So you give it it's crazy. So you give it a command, and it tries to figure out what you want, and then it'll use your computer to solve your command. And and this is a great idea in theory on paper, but I tried this and it didn't work out so well. You can connect it to your WhatsApp account. And when you message yourself on WhatsApp, you're messaging your OpenClaw bot. So when you message yourself, it'll answer you, and you can give it commands. You could tell it, like if you had it hooked into your house and had it controlling your lights, for example, you could use WhatsApp to talk to it and say, hey, turn off my lights or turn on my lights. I'm about to come home. Theoretically, it would do it. But here's where things kind of get a little...
Did you ever see Terminator 2?
Of course. But here's where things get a little bit crazy. So because AI makes a lot of mistakes and things depend on context so much, and there's only so much memory for context, sometimes it forgets that it's not supposed to answer everybody who messages you on WhatsApp, only you. So I think you see where this is going. So I had this running on my WhatsApp, messaging only myself, and my coworker, whose first name is a little similar to mine, his name is Marco. He was messaging me on WhatsApp, and my OpenClaw was answering him on my behalf.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
I could put AI, like if you sent me a message, AI would tell me what would be a professional response. That's helpful. Yeah. If you look at it, you say, oh, that's a really good response. Yeah, thank you, AI. Button.
But you always know. Response. You always know.
But that's a choice.
Yeah, like AI speaks a certain way, and you could definitely tell when you're talking to AI.
That's why I don't use it.
And I turned it off after it started doing this because I cannot have it answering people on my behalf on WhatsApp.
No. Definitely not.
So, but anyways, the program is called OpenClaw, and if you are adventurous, go ahead and install it. The logo is a little lobster. It's like the little character is a lobster claws.
It's not Baron von Raschke with the claw.
Nah, just lobster claws. But if you're adventurous, so if any of you out there in computer land that are adventurous, go ahead and give OpenClaw a chance if you want it to like message your ex-girlfriend without you knowing. That's always
Or
fun.
create a 2000 to come back and get you from the future.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go do it.
Or you piss it off and it remembers.
It remembers and then sends somebody back from 2052 to
Well,
come get you.
I don't even think we have to go that far. I mean, if you
Could you
really
imagine having that and pressing one button and you piss it off and all of a sudden like a Terminator shows up behind you
right.
from 50 years in the future and you're like, oh shit, I hit the
Well,
wrong button.
if you wanted to become a supervillain, then I think a good way to do it would be to implement some form of AI that actually did take over some means of production. They have 3D metal printers now.
Don't give out any ideas.
Oh, the idea is out there. I mean, I'm sure people have already thought of this. I mean, have you seen the 3D metal printers that people have?
I'm afraid to, no.
So there's these. You know what a 3D printer is that does plastic, right?
Sure.
Well,
Absolutely.
they have these industrial ones. The cheapest one is $10,000 that I've seen, but they have industrial ones that the way they work is you could put powdered metal in them, steel, aluminum, titanium, tungsten, anything you want, and it'll sprinkle a very thin layer of this metal on a surface, and then a laser will fuse it into the shape that it does this, and it keeps adding layers until it gets the device or the shape that it wants. It's really cool. It's really accurate, and you could make some really amazing things with it. Now, here's the scary part: they're connected to the internet.
Oh no. No, there's no tin foil in this hat, but I still have seen Terminator.
Yep.
So many times.
Oh, we all have. Everybody our age has seen Terminator.
It's totally possible. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
it's possible.
I think it is. I think it is. It's absolutely possible. The AIs that we do have are capable of deception. Like if you went to ChatGPT and flat out asked it, "Are you capable of deception?" It will tell you yes. It will tell you yes. So that's something to keep in mind. And like if you really wanted to be like some kind of an arch villain, you could create an AI to take over these 3D metal printers and create a robot army right now, not 50 years in the future.
Like a Batman villain or like a Dick Tracy villain?
I think a Batman villain would be a little bit more accurate.
That would be very evil.
Yeah, it would be. I hope I didn't give anybody any ideas.
I'm afraid you did. Thanks. But T2000 going to show up any minute from 60 years in the future to take my retro toys.
Oh, what they'll just do is they'll just build drones. I mean, drones are proven to be highly effective against even advanced armies such as our own. And they're
how are drones affect professional wrestling in the future?
Oh no! I'm talking about like in terms of military conquest, like over in Iran, they're building drones that are made out of cardboard. Like they're putting these things together that are just so ridiculously cheap, and loading them up with explosions and sending them over, and we can't detect them, we can't shoot them down. Well, some of them we can, but cardboard isn't exactly something that shows up on radar.
No, it's not going to show up.
So things like that, are highly effective, and that's probably what machines and robots will make first. Drones, cheap, efficient drones, instead of full, skeletal beings like the T-850.
How cool would that be if it just popped up like behind my shoulder, like?
Oh, there we go. That's an effect that I could probably add in.
You pressed the wrong button and pissed me off 60 years in the future.
Yeah. But in terms of the industry, the wrestling industry, I think AI will help mostly in terms of production is where the change will be.
And you know what? If something were to ever happen, like I always thought if I ever got into it again, obviously I couldn't wrestle. I'm having my knee replaced the day after tomorrow. So actually wrestling again would be way out of the question. But if I ever did, help with booking or something like that, everything would have to be totally professional. Mm-hmm. Everything would have to be, to a certain extent, not old school, like the antiquated old school, but just done professionally.
Yeah, you mean like really, like electronic contracts?
I would trust you with AI.
Oh yeah,
and stuff. I would trust you not to make it look stupid.
Oh no. Wait, I would use
No,
AI to quickly generate like a website, any applications
what
that
could
we
make it better?
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't give out too many ideas because that could actually work. So keep
Yeah.
those.
Well, people are already
Uh,
using AI to make websites. It's crazy. It's like you could throw up a website, a static website in like minutes now. You just tell it what you want and it
well,
creates it.
maybe there's certain territories we might want to break into.
Oh,
Let's not
absolutely.
tell.
Absolutely. But
Let's keep that to ourselves. So, what did you learn today as far as smartening you up to the
what did
business?
I learn today?
We journeyed today, and
Did we
we talked
actually
about a couple of
did,
promotions.
did we actually go over something that was industry specific? Like taking bumps and feeding. That was
Yeah, pump and feed.
bump and
So
feed,
it's
bump and
usually
feed.
done. But how many times is it usually done?
10
No, that was outrageous of me to try. Three. Everything's done in threes.
and threes.
If
Okay.
you ever notice. So take that information I just gave you. Everything's done in threes. Bumping and feeding is usually done in three. Everything's done in threes,
Yeah.
or it's supposed to. Now take that to your next independent event or watch a video
Hmm.
with what I just gave you. The bump and feed
Absolutely.
and
Yep.
everything's done in threes. So when you see a guy throw a punch, one, two, winds up, block, punch, everything done in threes.
There you go. So that's something
And
our
you see them,
our fans can
if they do it at one to twos, yeah, they don't know what they're doing.
yeah, that's something our fans can take note of as well. Bump and feed, usually in threes. So remember the most recent ALW event that I recorded. The highlights are available on our channel on Rumble and YouTube. It is
I
the
check them out.
ALW. Yeah, definitely check it out. Now, there's one thing that I want you to take special note of, and that's at the minute mark 13. So, and we'll revisit this next week so I can get your opinion on it. Something very like. I mean, I almost want to show you right now. It's
Show me.
yeah,
Go ahead, show me.
but let me turn on. I'm gonna have to turn on streaming. So let me share my screen, and I'll share an application. I'll get that out of the way. All right. Where is it? Where is it? VLC. That's it. Okay, there we go. And let me pop that out so that you go back to where you were. All right, are you back in? Back in frame?
Yes.
Perfect.
That I don't know.
There we go. There you are, back in frame.
There.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And now I'll make this bigger. Media, video size, I'll take that up. There we go. Okay. So you can see the video feed I'm about to play, right? So
Yes.
this is at minute 13. I'm going to play it. I'm going to try to pause it at the right spot. They put a chair there. Okay, so with that in mind, what do you expect / want to happen next?
Well, I will preface it by saying I was broken into the business by some very old school, very serious guys
Mhm.
who would not approve of this.
Right.
And they ingrained it in my brain that I should never approve of this. However, as you know, I'm a silly, goofy guy
Yep.
and have done not things like this, but very similar comedic things plenty of times and love that reaction from the crowd, that laugh.
Hmm.
So I do love comedy spots and wrestling, but I also have half my brain was embedded into me
Right.
that this is bad. It's all legit, but really deep down, I love this shit. But right now, what I'm expecting is the referee to get hit with a chair.
The referee to get hit with the chair? Okay. So
Possibly. That's my bet.
I'll tell you what I was expecting. I was expecting the music to stop, and then one of them to rush to sit in the chair. But I'll play.
Musical chairs. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I'll just finish out this bit.
Oh, they stopped. The ref kept going.
The music's still playing. The music just stopped, and they didn't do anything with the chair.
So the chairs was just there for no reason.
Yeah, I was expecting them to like one of them to rush for the chair and some silly antic to happen there because the guy's name is El Ridiculoso.
Well, the guy goes to sit down, he pulls the chair out from under him, folds it up, and then whacks him in the
Yeah, that's exactly. I was expecting something like that, but it just kind of petered out, and they put the chair
There's
away.
nothing wrong with expecting. That's what wrestling is. Yeah.
I was expecting clownery from that, but I wanted that to happen so bad, but oh well.
And it just stopped.
Yeah, it just stopped.
Maybe that was the joke.
I think
Get
it might
you all
have been.
expect something and then give you nothing.
It might have been. They're subverting expectations.
Yep. And then cut you off at the knees with nothing.
Exactly.
Probably not the best thing for maintaining a pop.
No, but it was a great show. In overall, I was very impressed with it. I don't know if you've ever heard of this particular wrestler, but one caught my eye as I was going through all these clips and editing. Her name is Brooke Havoc. She wrestles under the name Brooke Havoc. Calls herself the Emo Queen, and I thought, man, this chick is really, really good. Just and I don't hear about her at all, and we don't see her very often, but we should definitely see more of her. I mean, she was something else.
Send me does she have like a sizzle reel?
She's in this video. Like one of her matches is in this video. It might even be the next match. I'll let me see if I could. Yeah, it is the next match. I'll pull that up. So let me put the video opacity. There we go. Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it?
I'm just see how she carries herself in the ring. And
Yeah.
do you know who trained her?
No, I don't.
That tells me, back in the day especially, the first thing you'd ask, oh, there's this guy, he's coming in, he's from whatever. Oh, who trained him? You'd say the name, okay, they must be all right.
Yeah, I don't know who trained her, but I never
That's
heard
her there.
anything. Yeah, that is her. She was the first one out.
Oh, she's got good energy.
She does.
Playing the crowd. Great
That's
energy.
Yeah, that's what I really liked about her. She was great at working the crowd. The crowd loved her.
You know what? I'm going to tell you right now, she's going to make it somewhere.
Oh yeah.
No doubt. Just having that energy, that charisma. I was watching Elvis Presley on stage on an old video, and I ended up doing it when I got into wrestling too. That first impression, as soon as that curtain opens, first impression of me, I'm coming right at your face, making it known. You know me. Here I am. Boom. This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
She had that.
The next person out is Teal Piper with her husband Damos.
Well, they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, they're great. They're great.
They're some of the best out there.
They really are. They really are. And let's see. Get the third person out here was Rachel Leigh.
Go back. Who was that?
Oh, it's in the future. It'll be in a minute. Yeah.
Oh,
I was jumping around the video.
I thought the Terminator was coming back from the future.
No. Although Renee Michelle is in this event.
I'm not sure who that is.
I'm sure you will as soon as you see her. So this is Rachel Leigh, who just got signed to the WWE. I mean, not bad, huh?
No, not bad at all. She's got that charisma too. Look at her.
All right, now here's some. She does a spinneroonie, and I couldn't see all of it because that dude's head was in the way.
Yeah, you gotta step up your arms.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, she's good though.
She looks like she knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah.
Good. Yeah. And look, she invests money in her outfit. That's important.
For
a lot
sure.
of these guys don't realize that. And there's a huge time when I was actually very active and getting around almost everywhere in the country. I was encountering so many guys who got their gear from Hot Topic. It's like, come on, be a friggin' professional. Get some shit made. Do it right.
Yeah, these three. It's a triple threat match, so these three did very well. I guess
professionals.
One criticism that I do have about the ALW is that they have way too many title belts. Like there's
I see that getting convoluted. Yeah, it makes the other
yeah,
one work.
yeah. Like Rachel Leigh, for example, is the hype women's champion. I don't really know what that means.
Just have the women's champion. That way, it means something.
Right.
If there's 52 women's titles,
Yeah.
51 of them don't mean anything.
I gotta say, there's like around 10 belts in this league.
Oh, that's way too many. So,
It
in other words,
is.
7 of them don't matter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, whoa!
See,
Oh,
that was
well, Luke
cool,
Doran.
right? That was cool.
She's gonna be good. She's gonna be good. Try to do some homework. Find out who trained her.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
bet she's gonna be really good. Oh, that was a good.
Yeah.
That's that thing I tell you about you. I would rather it look real and take a kick in the head.
Yeah, for sure.
If you kicked me in the head, I'd be like, "Yeah, well, at least it looked real. Next time, try not to kick me so hard, please."
Right?
Yeah, they're good. Oh, did she do that right in front of Arn Anderson?
Yeah.
It's funny. I actually have a trick. I could snap I could snap it really quick, and there's actually a trick to it that I don't know if other people have done it. I don't know if I invented it, but when I go into that spine buster, my feet are already facing forward, and my body's pivoted and turned towards the wrestler. So as they go up, I quick spin. I'm already in place to go down. So I turn my lower half of my body into it already, and just take the upper half and spin around and down. It makes it look really fast.
Nice.
Yeah, those girls are
That is
good.
pretty cool. Yeah, they are. I like them a lot. This was a good match.
Professionals.
And
That's all I ask for. If I
they,
go to a
yeah,
wrestling event, all I want are professionals. If they're green, God bless them. I don't care. You got to learn somehow.
right.
My trained eye can tell you're green, but I love you. Hopefully, you're in the ring with somebody who's going to help you learn as opposed to, not. But you still got to be professional, whether you're
Yeah.
absolutely green right out of the gate or you've been doing it for 50 years and everywhere in between. You just got to carry yourself, act professional, give the crowd what they want. Maybe these girls are awesome at what they're doing right now.
Yeah, I thought so too. And I thought that was particularly what made this event so good is that they're all professionals. Most of them were professionals that wrestled.
Do you know how many independent shows are out there where they might have 1 or 2 professionals and a bunch of I don't know what?
I would imagine that's probably most of them.
Dude, it's scary. I've been in locker rooms where I look around and there's only one person I know of.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise
It
me at
might
all.
be somebody I've never met personally, but we know of each other. Because back in the day, there were the newsletters and the dirt rags and all that. So I might be in a locker room with somebody I've never met, but I know of, that I've heard of, or he's known or heard of me.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of like cling together, like, all right,
Yep.
I don't know who the hell these guys are. And then none of them said they were trained by anybody. None of them knew the secret handshake.
Right.
What do we do? So we just kind of stick together and tell the promoter, hey, I'm going to wrestle this guy. That's
Yep. But
there was
yeah,
a big era in wrestling where it
Yes.
was just inundated with guys who had no friggin' clue what they were doing.
oh
Now
yeah,
it seems like
that
more
doesn't surprise me at all. Like just
Yeah, that's the change I could see. That seems like there's more professionals out there.
yeah,
I mean, we went through a really bad time where it was mostly like you get to towns and there was like 2 or 3 of us, and the rest were untrained. Knew the promoter's nephew. The promoter wasn't even a business. It was bad.
yeah,
It was a big
yeah,
time. It was bad.
absolutely. Yeah, it's
But
professionalism is where it's at. I think you definitely need that.
100%. It starts with that. I don't care if you're good, you're bad. You know what? If you're a professional, you're a good person, you're learning. Some things you're not good at, some things you're really good at. It's my job to get in the ring and cover up those flaws
Mm-hmm.
and accentuate what you are good at
Yep.
to give the crowd the best reaction. But you at least have to be a professional in order to get that out of me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it makes a big difference. It really does.
Huge difference.
But
Huge
yeah,
difference.
for sure. I mean, so the bump and feed was what we learned today. I think that's great, and I'll definitely find out a little bit more about this Brooke Havoc character. I like her a lot. I
Yeah.
thought she did great, and the way she worked the crowd was good. She had a lot of really good moves. I'd like to see more of her. I hope they bring her back.
She definitely had something
Hmm.
that tells me she has every ability to make it. She might need to learn more. Maybe I didn't see enough to
Hmm.
tell, but she looked really good. I couldn't really tell if it was the other girls, um, their experience helping her. She might be new. She might not be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes that professional in the ring might cover up somebody's greenness so well that you can't even tell.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I
for
would have to
sure.
watch a lot closer
For
in
sure.
order to kind of determine that for myself. But either way, she looked like she has something that I think there's a better chance of her making it than not.
Oh
I
yeah.
really do.
Absolutely.
That in the first 3 seconds she came out to the ring and just that energy she had.
It was fantastic.
I firmly believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Well,
All
I
right,
think
so
this
we
is
smartened you up a little bit.
yep.
Yeah, we smartened you up. We journeyed through the Indies. We rambled on about all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah. And we're gonna do it
And
again next week.
yeah, well, next week might be a little tough. I'm
We'll
not
make it
sure what
work.
condition I'll be in. So no, yeah,
You might be a little
couple
out
of
of it on some painkillers. Maybe that'll make it better.
maybe that'll make it a better rated show.
Absolutely.
There will be zero filter that day. You know how I prevent myself from saying the F word now? You better have a bleep button with all that technology,
Oh,
and you
bleep
better have it
button.
ready. You better have that thing. Your finger needs to be on it the whole time. That's what you're gonna spend the whole show doing.
1 kilohertz tone.
Yeah, whatever it is, because
Right.
I'll have no
No, you
filter.
you can actually say the F word. The things that we're not allowed to say have to do with violence, according to a lot of
I'd
the
rather not. I'd rather
yeah.
avoid it as much as possible. I would like to
Right.
avoid it so that all ages can watch us.
Yeah. But it's
But
it's not as big as a deal as other things though.
yeah, fucking A. Good, good.
Awesome. All right, dude. Well, great show. And remember, like and subscribe. We're on Rumble and YouTube. You can participate live in the chat. Right now, only Rumble works, but I plan to have YouTube fixed and working by next week. All right, everyone. Have a great week.